The biggest thing that changes after your first $20,000 isn't your bank account. It's the way you see the entire world. Imagine opening your banking app one morning and seeing $20,000 sitting in your savings account. Most people think that's the moment everything changes. But they're wrong. Because by the time you reach that number, you've already become a completely different person. Here's what almost nobody tells you. The first $20,000 isn't hard because of the money. It's hard because of the mindset. In the beginning, every dollar feels like it's meant to be spent. You get paid. You celebrate. You see something online. You buy it. Someone invites you out. You say yes. A sale pops up. You convince yourself you're saving money without realizing it. Your paycheck disappears before your next payday even arrives. Not because you're careless, but because that's how most people are taught to live. Earn, spend, repeat. Then one day, something strange happens. You don't make more money. You don't win the lottery. You simply start paying attention. You notice how often you spend money just because you're bored, or stressed, or trying to reward yourself after a long day. You realize most purchases don't solve problems. They only distract you from them. That's the first mindset shift. You stop asking, "Can I afford this?" And you start asking, "Is this actually worth giving up a piece of my future?" That single question changes everything. Because money is no longer just money. Every dollar becomes a choice. A choice between today's impulse and tomorrow's freedom. At first, nothing looks different. You still drive the same car. You still wear the same clothes. Your friends probably don't notice anything. But inside, a quiet transformation has already begun. You stop trying to look rich and start trying to become financially secure. That's a completely different game. Most people chase appearances. Wealthy people chase peace of mind. And peace of mind can't be bought in a shopping mall. It has to be built, one decision at a time. Every time you choose not to make an unnecessary purchase, you're doing something bigger than saving $20. You're proving to yourself that you're in control. That feeling is addictive. Not the kind of addiction that empties your wallet. The kind that builds your future. Slowly, your savings begin to grow. 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. The funny part is, the more money you save, the less interested you become in showing it off. Because something unexpected happens. Your confidence no longer comes from what people see. It comes from what they don't. A growing bank account. An emergency fund. Knowing one bad month won't destroy your life. That's a feeling money can't buy. Even though money helps create it. And without realizing it, you're no longer working just to survive. You're building options. The option to leave a toxic job. The option to say no. The option to breathe when life gets difficult. And that's when you realize saving money was never really about the money. It was about buying freedom. $1 at a time. Then one day, it finally happens. You open your banking app. And for the first time, you see $20,000. You expected fireworks. You expected to feel rich. You expected your life to look completely different. But instead, you just smile. Take a deep breath. And put your phone back in your pocket. Because something surprising has happened. You no longer need money to feel wealthy. You've already built the habits that created it. And that's the real reward. The biggest mindset shift isn't thinking, "What can I buy?" It's thinking, "What can I protect?" You stop chasing every new trend. You stop caring about impressing strangers. Because you've learned something most people never do. Building wealth takes years. Losing it can take minutes. So instead of asking, "How can I spend this?" you start asking, "How can I make this grow?" That's when your relationship with money changes forever. A paycheck is no longer just income. It's a tool. Every dollar becomes an employee. And your job is to give every employee a purpose. Some dollars pay today's bills. Some protect you from emergencies. Some quietly work for your future. Once you see money that way, you'll never look at it the same again. Here's another strange thing. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Someone buys a brand new car. You don't feel jealous. Someone posts luxury vacations online. You don't feel left behind. Because you finally understand something social media never tells you. Looking wealthy and being wealthy are two completely different things. One is expensive. The other is powerful. The people who look rich often spend their money to impress others. The people who quietly build wealth spend their money buying freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to rest. Freedom to say no. And freedom to sleep peacefully at night. That's a luxury no designer brand can sell. Then something else changes. Opportunities start looking different. Instead of thinking, I hope someone gives me a better job, you start thinking, how can I create more value? Because your confidence no longer comes from your paycheck. It comes from knowing you're capable of building something. Money didn't create that confidence. The journey did. The discipline did. The countless moments you chose your future over your impulses did. And that's why your first $20,000 is so important. Not because it's a magical number, but because of the person you had to become to reach it. The patience, the discipline, the self-control. Those qualities are worth far more than $20,000. Because once you have them, you can lose money and build it again. But without them, even winning the lottery isn't enough. So if you're still working toward your first $20,000, don't quit, don't rush, and don't compare your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. Because the goal was never just the money. The goal was becoming the kind of person who knows how to build it. And once that happens, the next $20,000 becomes a little easier. And the one after that, even easier. Because wealth isn't built by luck. It's built by the mindset you create long before the money ever arrives. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more simple lessons about money, business, and the psychology behind building real wealth. Because sometimes, changing the way you think is the first step to changing your financial future.